So these videos will make you question everything. So remember, this is for entertainment purposes only. Check it out.
So anybody who knows me knows that I've always been how I am right now. I've always been inquisitive, and I've always had my third eye, aka my first eye, open. Always. But with that being said, so many people ask me, what was that moment or what was that thing that really led you down what they call the rabbit hole? I love getting asked this because then I get to break it down completely. It was her. Bad Gal Riri. In 2007 is when it happened, when her Umbrella video came out, when she went from the good girl to the bad girl. Good girl going bad. Still to this day, the video as well as the lyrics make me cringe. If you've never seen the breakdown of Rihanna's Umbrella video, you need to definitely go research that. I'm going to do my best to wrap it up and summarize it for you, but a complete breakdown is definitely going to be necessary. So many know this entity as Lucifer, but in the music industry, they call him the Rain Man. If you're a fan of music, that means that I'm sure you have heard the Rain Man mentioned plenty of times before. In the music industry, when they're referencing the Rain Man, they're usually going to say Rain Man or just say rain, or they'll reference something in regards to precipitation. When you hear them reference this entity, that means they're calling to make a deal with him. Let me show y'all what I mean. I will play the music for y'all just to make it easier, but y'all know TikTok, you're real funky about their little music. Let's look at Jay-Z's verse. He says, "No clouds in my stones, let it rain, a hydroplane in the bank, coming down like Dow Jones. When the clouds come, we gone, we Rockefeller, we fly higher than weather, and G5s are better, you know me. Anticipation for precipitation, stack chips for the rainy day. Jay, Rain Man is back with Little Miss Sunshine, Rihanna, where you at?" Okay, so let me go ahead and interpret it for you real quick. No clouds in my stones, let it rain, a hydroplane in the bank. Remember, Jay-Z has taken on Rain Man's energy, so he is Rain Man. So he's saying, let it rain, let the bullshit happen, let the crash happens, a hydroplane in the bank. That means he's above all the bullshit. He's above all the small fries, right? Coming down like Dow Jones. So when he says, let it rain, let it crash, he's referencing the financial industry. And you can tell that by him saying coming down like Dow Jones. Dow Jones is what they look at to see how well the financial industry is doing or when a crash is coming. Then he says, when the clouds come, we gone. That means when the storm comes, when the bullshit happens, we out of here. We ain't gonna be touched. We Rockefeller. So a lot of people think he's talking about his company because his name Rockefeller. However, we got to think about John D. Rockefeller. Who is that? Well, the Rockefeller family is one of the most powerful families in the world who really has the power to crash the financial industry. Then it says, in anticipation for precipitation, stack chips for the rainy day. Remember, I told y'all, anytime you're talking about Rain Man, they're going to mention rain or anticipation for precipitation or precipitation. They're going to mention that every single time. Then he says, with Little Miss Sunshine, Rihanna, where you at? So she's still Little Miss Sunshine. She still has her light. She's still in her light form because she hasn't been possessed yet. But he's saying, Rihanna, where you at? Meaning he's calling for her so she can come get some of that energy. Let me show y'all how they depicted this in the video. So as we can see, the top picture, Rihanna is depicted as the devil or the evil entity. The middle picture is when she was pure. She was still the good girl or innocent. The bottom picture shows Rihanna as a possessed Rihanna. So that means the energy came into her as she was requesting it to do throughout the whole song. Let me show y'all the part of the video that really did it for me. Like, I was completely done, and this is what made me not want to watch it ever again. Now, at the time, I didn't know what I was looking at, but I just knew I didn't feel right when I was looking at this picture. I'm like, what is this? I mean, I know it's supposed to be Rihanna.
Listen, I'm trying my hardest to be like, she really reaching with this theory, right? But I can't lie, looking at this, I automatically feel something. With some of the stuff I've looked up, some of the rabbit holes I've been down, seeing that, I can't lie. That's definitely gives off a weird feeling, vibe, and make you think some different things, man. So, but it's like, bro, is it like this? Does it have to be like this? Why does it have to,
Bending down with her head in between her legs, her arms extended behind her. But don't that look kind of like this? It wasn't until I saw this where I started really putting two and two together. Something real sinister going on here. But no, y'all, hold on. It did not stop there. I thought my research was complete. But then I learned about something called backmasking. And that's basically a technique that they use in the music industry to put a message in the music, but you won't hear the message unless you play it backwards. This is meant to target your subconscious mind because even though consciously you can't hear the message, your subconscious mind is definitely picking up on it. So in the part where she says, under my umbrella, Ella, anytime y'all hear anything that's repetitive, that's called a chant. That can also be used as a spell. So when you backmask that part, it's saying, where am I in hell? And then the part where it's chanting is saying, ball, 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 ball. Be sure you go ahead and look up what ball means, especially in reference to the music industry. You will hear it a lot. I've researched this video so much and so long that I could tell y'all front to back every piece of symbolism in this video. But I'm gonna need way more time than what TikTok would allow. In my research for this video, I realized everything is connected. Everything, whether good or bad. Politics, religion, music, medicine, everything. And seeing that video also made me realize that these celebrities are nothing more than puppets. They're being controlled to push the greater agenda. So for my next round of videos, we gonna dissect their agenda. But I gotta be smart about it this time, y'all. And I might have to make y'all like an answer key. Something where y'all can refer back to know exactly what I'm talking about. Because that's what got me banned the first time. If you here for all things deep thought, and if you love shit like this, make sure you give me a like, comment, and follow. Be sure to let me know in the comments what led you down the rabbit hole.
Listen, bro, I feel like Neo being unplugged out of the Matrix in the beginning, bro. It's like, no, it can't be like this. It can't be. It can't be like this. No, I don't want to. You know what I mean? That's how I feel hearing that about a song that, like, we've all sung in the car with our lady or our family or something. Come on the radio or something, and you all sing it together. Like, what?
I just went down a rabbit hole on TikTok all about minoxidil, which is the name for like Rogaine. If you know what Rogaine is, it is supposed to help you grow hair. As someone who has suffered from severe postpartum hair loss, like way more than usual, and also has friends who have suffered from COVID hair loss and things like that, please think about your options before you go and use minoxidil or Rogaine, because there are side effects. I see all these dermatologists and doctors recommending it, and they specifically say, if you're not pregnant, that should be a red flag for you. Why can't you use it if you're pregnant? If it was the absolute only option to grow hair, I'd say, okay, well, maybe you like weigh the risk reward. However, there are naturally based alternatives that work just as well, if not better, because you're not going to get that dread shed if you stop using it like you do with minoxidil. So that's my little PSA. If you're interested in what I used to help with my hair loss, I do have a link in my bio. It's called Thickening System. It's a serum, shampoo, and conditioner. It reduces hair shedding by 90% and thickens and strengthens and grows back your hair. It has D-biotin in it, bakuchiol, caffeine, melatonin. These are all clinically proven, tested to help with hair growth, and I can tell from my results and my hundreds of clients that it's worth trying this first before you try minoxidil.
Listen, man, I think it's going to be, and I've said this before, man, and we're already starting to see some of the things that we have done or been taking for so long now. We're starting to see what the effects was of it. And it's starting to show. Like, I was look up like what they're starting to say about root canals. That blew my mind today when I saw that post. And I said I wanted to go down that rabbit hole. But to see what people are finding out about the root canals they had several years ago that could have caused them something to happen, I can't really say. But go down that rabbit hole, bro. And it's like, man, we're going to find out so many things that we thought was harmless that we were doing to ourselves or taking actually was not harmless. And we're finding it out later in life.
Let's talk. So right now, some people really don't like my responses to Alexis's post. Let me explain it. First and foremost, Alexis and I aren't friends anymore. Sadly, after my wedding, she had beef with one of my other friends there, and then she got caught on recording using my name to drag this other female. There was more, but that was the final straw for me, so I had to let her go from my assistant and the business opportunities we had because I couldn't trust her judgment. This was a very hard decision that I had to make, and it was very difficult for her to accept and hear. Things have only gotten worse since. She did message me about a lot of people coming to her defense over the body shaming at the roast. Let's talk about the roast. They roasted like my forehead and like my past life, which was hilarious. At some point during the roast, Alexis yelled something back at them after they said something to me. So then they began roasting her. Now, I know I'm in a different place than Alexis. The forehead jokes would have tore me apart when I was younger. They don't anymore. I love my big old forehead. And I know I used to be a little hoe for a little bit. It's okay. I did it for a little bit. Now I'm a married woman. I lost my ring. So knowing these jokes could have taken a much different toll on her, I went to Udi and Cody and asked them to please just apologize just in case. She said she was fine, but I wasn't sure, so I had them apologize. They both gave very sincere apologies. They were all hugging. I mean, Udi was hyping her up, told her all wonderful things about herself. She came to me and told me how much that meant. I thought everything was fine. Then she was sending me messages of women saying that I should personally make a public statement about the roast. Now, these comments were coming from someone who had beef with Cody, so it seemed like a personal vendetta, and it seemed malicious, and I said, I will absolutely not. Everything was fine. Why are we bringing up this, and why are we doing it in a malicious way? So I said no. I also said if we are going to bring up those jokes that were made to her, we need to bring up the jokes that we also said. I made jokes about Cody's height, and Alexis made jokes insinuating Udi was unfaithful in his marriage. I don't know about you, but if somebody made a joke saying that my husband was unfaithful, we finna have a problem.
I was about to say that same thing, man. Y'all gotta be careful about what y'all joke about, man. Don't be out here causing problems in my marriage or my situation, bro. Because y'all want to make jokes and now she want to side-eye me the rest of the day and now pay attention to everything I'm doing. And now my whole life's under a microscope because you made a joke that had nothing to do with what I do. But the joke now is replaying in the back of her mind. Y'all gotta chill, bro. I don't need the drama.
With that being said, I personally believe that Alexis has every right to feel the feelings that she is feeling, and they are validated. But I also strongly believe in taking accountability for our actions as well. I don't believe any of the parties at that moment had any malicious intent at all. I'm very upset that Alexis and I weren't able to separate business and friendship. And as it seems, is without the business, we really don't have a friendship. And maybe that's all it was. And that's fine. I still absolutely wish her all the best. And I hope she finds all the healing and comfort she needs through this experience. But the fact of the matter is, she said the comments that she made about his marriage were just a joke. And it was okay for her to do. And so I have to play the devil's advocate and say, well, if that was okay, why wasn't it okay in the same setting for them to do what they did? Equality is in the eye of the beholder. I think if one's in the wrong, so's the other.
I've been rabbit holing again. This is a deep dive that I don't know if you're ready for. Did you happen to see any posts on your For You page recently about July 17th? I literally just paused that at 17 seconds. Okay, so let me first debrief you if you haven't seen on the things I've already seen here on TikTok being shared, and then I'm going to add some layers. Okay, so first of all, when you type in the word date or the word calendar in your comments, the date that is being used for the emoji is July 17th. Go ahead and try it right now. Now, that may seem like no big deal. Okay, this gets deeper. It was pointed out that July 17th is a national holiday. Well, it's many national holidays, but it's being pointed out in many videos that July 17th is World Day for International Justice. So then I decided, something told me to look at, are there any other national holidays on that day? And look at the very first one that popped up. National Hot Dog Day. Now, I'm just gonna spell it out for you in this video. The term hot dog is one of many terms that children-loving people use to describe their preference. I think you can guess what the hot dog represents. There are a few symbols that are used everywhere and used in some very infamous emails to describe these kinds of things. And I mean, who could forget this awesome video?
You all know today is National Hot Dog Day, and perhaps you also know that hot dog is my favorite meat. I love hot dogs. I love them in buns. I love them outside of buns. I love them with baked beans. I just like hot dogs. It's the best, meat there is, without question. So to all of you who, like me, are celebrating National Hot Dog Day, congratulations to you, and may there be many, many more hot dogs served in our wonderful land.
But wait, because there's so much more. Also the number 17, if you're aware of any theorists out there, they love that number because it aligns with a certain letter in the alphabet. And I kept digging. It's also National Ice Cream Month. Gosh, who comes to mind who's always eating ice cream? By the way, this is for entertainment purposes only. This is completely made up and just a fun little story. So who's always eating ice cream? Oh, right! And look at so many different Joes. Now, if you didn't know this one, ice cream cones also have significant symbolism. Okay, but there's so much more and it gets deeper. It's also National Make a Difference to Children Month. Are we sensing a theme? And then I came across this. It's French American Heritage Month. And I got to thinking, how is that tied in? After the French Revolution, when we became friends with France, in 1886, 'twas the French that gifted us the Statue of Liberty as a symbol of friendship, freedom, and democracy. Now, this is next level, but do you know who the Statue of Liberty looks an awful lot alike? Huh. That's a coinky-dink. So you see, friends, it's all out there. Sometimes you just have to do a little digging and a little puzzle work. Little Tetris for my Gen Xers. And then on Sunday, we have a full moon. So, July 17th, Wednesday. Keep your eyes and ears open. I think a lot might happen between that day and Sunday for the full moon. Okay, that was your deep dive rabbit hole lesson for the day. Leave me some love in the comments, questions. Did I miss anything? Let me know. Have a great night. Okay, I saw a video the other day from another creator. Her name is Rachel. She does the dowsing rods. I will tag her, but her video set off this insane download of information. Real quick, entertainment purposes only. This is just a theory, a thought, a story. I'm just having some fun here, making a fun, cute little discussion. Okay, so in her video, I'm pacing, by the way. In her video, she said that by them stealing our, she said achrome, so I'm gonna go with achrome. Hopefully you know what that is. By doing that, they numb and suppress our abilities, and that's why we forget, and that's why we continue to reincarnate.
It is time for a TikTok wrap-up. It is 2022, the end of 2022, and let's take a look back, shall we? And let's ask the question, where has Emily Rath spent the most time here on TikTok? When she's not on Book Talk, or Author Talk, or Spicy Book Talk, where is she? So this is a list of the top 5 TikTok niche holes that I have fallen down, the rabbit holes that I have fallen down. I have no business being in any of these spaces, but over the year 2022, I have appeared in these spaces and I have stayed there in a rather significant way. Number 1 TikTok hole that I have fallen down this year, I would say, is cookie icing application videos. You need to understand this about me. Words are my art, okay? Absolutely nothing else can I do creatively other than words. So to think of the hours that I have spent watching cookie icing application, knowing that I have no business being there and that I will never attempt to replicate the things that I am watching, but I'm there. Number 2, black men cutting each other's hair. It is not a haircut. It's never just a haircut. It's art. Like, what these guys are able to do is amazing.
I just now realized what she's saying, but I was thinking, like, you know, when people run around and they cut each other's hair, pranking them, just doing weird stuff to people and cutting their hair as a joke and get views, but she's just talking about people actually going to the barbershop and getting haircuts. You know what I mean? Like, and how well of a job they're doing. She threw me off with that one, but I get it. Yeah, that's easily a rabbit hole you can fall down easily.
With hair. If there's banter in the video, it's always funny. And if not, I just get to watch this amazing creation take place. I will stop every time it's on my FYP. This one's not quite as niche. Sister Wives TikTok. And that has been more in the second half of this year that I have found myself falling into that hole. But again, it's not that I'm doing anything with original content, it's that I am watching people talking about the content. Number 4, I have no business in this space, and yet I'm there in a rather significant way. And it is people reacting to kitchen organizing videos. Let's make sure we all heard that right. I don't think I have ever had an FYP video hit that is the actual original someone organizing their kitchen. I only ever get videos of people responding to other people organizing their kitchens. So it's a niche within a niche. Last one, number 5. And again, Emily Rath Books has no business there. Sheepdog training and exhibition videos. Yes, I'm really curious to see what 2023 will bring.
Let's open up that rabbit hole when it comes to Ashton Kutcher, Mia Kunis, and Danny Masterson, because there's a lot in this situation. So if you don't know Danny Masterson, he played lead alongside Mia Kunis and Ashton Kutcher on that hit show, that 70s show back in the day. And he has been in the headlines a lot lately because he was sentenced to 30 years to life in prison for the R word of women. Now, 30 years to life, they must have had some hard, concrete facts about this man. Because unfortunately, a lot of stories like this, they don't get the justice that they deserve. And I looked into the case more, and these attackings happened in that 2001-2003 time frame in his home. So I'm like, dang, that's like 20 years ago. Why are they just now getting their justice? And I found that he was able to avoid a lot of things due to his Scientology status. If you don't know, he does practice the religion of Scientology. I'm not tapping into them can of worms because that's a pretty dangerous can of worms to tap into. You know, do your own research, but that is a religion group that a lot of these celebrities are a part of. Even one of his co-stars that was on that 70s show, she was a part of Scientology with him. She played in Orange and New Black. Let's circle back to how we get on the topic of Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis. Now, you know, them two are married, but they're coming under fire because it revealed that they wrote some letters in favor of Danny to the judge, basically saying how they've been working with him for so long, he's a good judge of character. So when people found out about this, they was pissed. And they were like, how could you support an R word? And they released this apology video, which is the same format, but this is the second rabbit hole that we're digging ourselves into. This is Danny's ex-girlfriend, Chrissy Blixter. She was also one of the ones that was accused of him, but I believe he was either found guilty or her allegations was thrown out because it was like y'all was together at the time. She took it to her IG and she put a lot of cryptic messages out. She said to Ashton, I know the secrets that your role models keep for you, the ones that will end you. Did you forget I was there? You were on speakerphone that night you called Danny on February 21st, 2001. I heard everything. I heard the plan. In my opinion, you're just as sick as your mentor. To Mila, I pray that you continue to process the stuff you experienced as a child on that 70s show. You must forgot I was there the whole first 5 years of that show. Following that statement, this compilation was posted onto the internet.
She also has an album out. She's going to be in a movie called Cheaper by the Dozen. And she's one of the girls that we're all waiting for to turn 18, along with the Olsen twins. Any 15 getting the job, and I didn't know. Yeah.
Whoa. My boy, you can't say stuff like that in this era. You can't say stuff like that, bro. You can't say stuff like that, period. You know what I mean? And they gonna pull up all this type of stuff back up, my boy. Like, ooh, that's not good. That's not good at all, bro. And now y'all just ruined one of my shows, bro. That 70s show was a show I like to watch. You catch it on like late night sometimes, man. And I definitely watch that, bro. Y'all ruining them for me.
Yeah, and she was as hot as she was, you know, come on. 14. 14, she was even hotter. But I'm not allowed to say that. 14 when we started the show. I was like 19, right? Right. And they're like, okay, you guys are going to be making that scene. And I'm like thinking like, wait, this is like slightly illegal,
that's
right?
probably your first kiss ever, right?
It was my first kiss. I saw a bet you made with Danny about our first kiss.
No, it wasn't the first kiss. It was like a second or third kiss.
It was the first. It was like the first week.
No, it was not the first week.
Whatever. Let me tell you what happened.
No, let me
What side of TikTok are you on currently? Currently, I am on Garth Brooks is a serial killer because there's always someone that comes up dead, and where he has concerts, a lot of that going down the rabbit hole. Thanks to those who sent me videos about that. Also, Garth Brooks being accused of some inappropriate things with maybe his wife's makeup artist or something like that. It's like, what? I thought Garth Brooks was this wholesome guy that never did anything wrong and maybe said damn every once in a while. I just don't trust people anymore. I'm also on you're not allowed to have opinions TikTok. Anybody else on that? Like, if you talk about things that are going on around the country, then automatically you're with this party or you're with that party or you hate people. And it's just absolutely nuts. Just absolutely nuts. What side of TikTok are you on?
Bro, between Hollywood, which is just seems scarier and scarier and scarier each day, the more stories that come out. And I'm like him. I just don't trust people, man. The stories you hear, the different things you like, I have, as the year goes on, the older I get, the more less that I trust people lesser, like every year. And I'm more skeptical of people, bro. It's insane how bad it's getting.
So a little while ago, we spoke about the P. Diddy situation and we talked about the charges and everything that this guy has. But in the comments, I noticed a lot of people mentioning other names and a lot of people being confused. And if you're one of those people that are confused, I'm going to explain that too, so buckle in. But before we get into it, I just want to say everything I'm going to say has not been confirmed true in any way, shape or form. It's simply a conspiracy theory and I want you to use your critical thinking skills yourself to determine whether you believe it's true or not. I am simply just telling you why the internet is losing its shit. Okay, good. Anyway, so P. Diddy was arrested in September, and because he's been arrested, he has a list of names that have been released to the public. Now, this list of names is not people that attended the freak-offs, as we spoke about before. These are people that attended possible parties or that have just been mentioned. And two names that have been mentioned are Beyonce and Jay-Z, and people have took this and ran with it. And the reason for this is because the internet believed that these two were involved in these freak-offs and a lot more darker stuff. And I guess this is because Beyonce has been known as like the powerhouse of the Illuminati like for years. Ever since she's been a pop star, she has been associated with like the devil, I guess. I don't know why that is, but it's a thing. And people believe that these two were involved in so much more than we know. And the internet has theorised that the three of them, P. Diddy included, have worked together to kind of keep Beyonce on top, if you will. Which one of them includes the death of pop singer Aaliyah, who was kind of gaining popularity around the same time as Beyonce, and she ended up tragically passing away in a plane crash. As well as another hip-hop singer known as Left Eye, who was also killed tragically in an accident. I can cover both of these stories in more detail if that's something you want to hear about. But for some reason, the internet believes that this was because of Beyonce. I don't know how it got to that from the P. Diddy situation, but this is what it's about. I know. Now, again, the list of names that have been released, I would take with a grain of salt, because I don't know where it's come from or who it's been released by, but it doesn't really confirm anything. Because Diddy also hosted regular parties that people could have attended and genuinely have no idea what was going on behind closed doors. But yeah, the internet's lost its mind, and that's why.
Oh my God.
I think we gotta chill with some of the people that they're starting to bring into this stuff, man. Like Aaliyah, let Aaliyah rest, bro. Let her rest in peace. It's bad enough she got drugged back in with the whole R. Kelly situation, man. Like, I was just recently watching those documentaries, bro, and just to hear her name constantly be brought into it was just like, let her rest. Let her rest. That's all I'm saying, bro. Like, man, it's getting ridiculous at this point.
Oh,
Oh, and they burn it. They burn it right there.
TikTok user Aaron Explores had a terrifying encounter exploring an abandoned factory. After lowering himself into the basement, his lungs began to burn and his feet began to sink. He then turned on his flashlight and ran. I'll be honest, I thought of Chernobyl. Feeling concerned and unsatisfied after he left, he went back for more footage. This took me through a bit of a rabbit hole, but you can follow him for future updates.
Yeah, it goes about, maybe a football field that way. And I've climbed all the way back in here. Hey, it does not appear to be toxic. It does not appear to be toxic at all. But it has been put down here to be forgotten. And there's something very sinister about what is down here. I'm gonna have somebody help me. But in some cases, it's hard to trust people, okay?
What if I told you that President Eisenhower may have signed a secret treaty with extraterrestrials that changed the course of human history? According to a captivating conspiracy theory, in 1954, Eisenhower met with otherworldly beings at Holloman Air Force Base in New Mexico, forging a clandestine agreement known as the Rihanna Treaty. This remarkable treaty allegedly allowed aliens to abduct a limited number of humans for experiments, in exchange for sharing their advanced technology with the US government, including propulsion systems and energy generation. In return, both parties agreed to keep their collaboration and the existence of extraterrestrial life a secret, potentially altering our world forever. Can't get enough of this enigmatic tale?
All right, you guys. So, something that I don't understand. Say hi to the people. Hi. Something that I don't understand about this lady. Kamala Harris, right? She says she wanted to put politics to the side. This ain't about politics. She worried about American citizens and stuff like that. Do y'all know what the governor of Florida said? One of the main things he said was, out of the 3.5 years of her being in vice president or being in the office, being whatever, being someone of power, she have not once called on any hurricane. She all of a sudden want to call. Not only that, she actually made a bad comment about the governor of not picking up the calls.
I said, no, you're doing a great job. It's all being done well. We thank you for it. And I literally gave my personal phone number to call.
You know, moments of crisis, if nothing else, should really be the moment that anyone who calls themselves a leader says they're going to put politics aside and put the people first. People are in desperate need of support right now. And playing political games with this moment in these crisis situations, these are the height of emergency situations, is just utterly irresponsible, and it is selfish, and it is about political gamesmanship instead of doing the job that you took an oath to do, which is to put the people first.
And so for Kamala Harris to try to say that my sole focus on the people of Florida is somehow selfish is delusional. She has no role in this. In fact, she's been vice president for 3.5 years. I've dealt with a number of storms under this administration. She has never contributed anything to any of these efforts. And so what I think is selfish is her trying to blunder into this. No, and here's the thing. She has no role. No, she has no role in this process. I'm in contact with the President of the United States.
And he clearly told, what was it, CNN? I think it was CNN or Fox. CNN or Fox. He clearly told CNN or Fox, whoever, that he didn't even know she called. And the bad part about this is that Biden has already called twice. That's good enough. That's good enough. Biden and the governor of Florida already have an agreement, but she wants to call probably to do a video setup like she did for the mayor or governor in North Carolina. They had a whole video production. We'll roll the footage on.
My administrator, Chriswell, was with you, and there was some issue about some logjam around getting some of the food and water to you. Has that been sorted out?
The logistics were terrifically difficult because our highways were out, but we're seeing a lot of movement.
All the effort coming in here and the attention on helping us through this right now is growing and tremendous, and we're really appreciative. And I really appreciate you giving me a call.
Okay, well, know that we want to do everything we can, and, you know, I say as a devout public servant, I know how bureaucracy can sometimes get in the way of speed, so please let everyone know if there are things that you need, if it's taken too long to get to you, okay?
I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
All right,
She's saying, we will have stuff in place, FEMA and all of this, but then y'all saying FEMA was broke last week for North Carolina. Now all of a sudden bringing FEMA name up. Let's get rid of FEMA. Get rid of it. Get rid of FEMA. They are broke, right? They're broke. So with that being said, my tax money is going where? Ukraine, Israel, all of these other places. I can't even think right now. All of these places. Immigrants, illegally. They said no FEMA. They said no FEMA funds was allocated to immigrants. We caught them on that, allowing that too. We'll roll the footage on that.
It's just categorically false. No, Biden did not take FEMA relief money to use on migrants. So FEMA regional administrators have been meeting with city officials on site to coordinate available federal support from FEMA and other federal agencies. Funding is also available through FEMA's emergency food and shelter program to eligible local governments and non-for-profit organizations upon request to support humanitarian relief for migrants.
And then she act like she cares, right? No politics. This ain't about politics. But she's clearly just went to The View. She went to Howard Stern. She went to The View, trying to do all this press. And in all of these interviews, she says the same thing. I'm a middle-class child. I'm a middle-class child. That's what she says. I'm a middle-class child. And this is all about dreams and aspirations. Dreams and aspirations.
I was raised as a middle-class kid. I grew up a middle-class kid. I believe in the ambition, the aspirations, the dreams of the American people.
You know, we have ambitions and aspirations and dreams.
The ambition, the aspiration, the dream. I started my career as a prosecutor. I was a career prosecutor for most of my career. Having a background as a prosecutor, I intend to create an opportunity economy. Developing and creating an opportunity economy. What I imagine and believe and call an opportunity economy.
And what else? A burden of the past. Don't be the burden of the future. Or whatever stupid saying that is. I don't even know where that saying is from. I don't care who the saying is from. It's stupid right now because it don't make sense when you go to the grocery store. Are you going to tell the eggs I'm a burden of the past? I want the past back where the eggs was cheaper. She said, let's not look in the past. Yes, let's look in the past where the eggs was cheaper, where the meat was cheaper, where the cheese was cheaper, where the milk was cheaper, the cereal was cheaper. You like cereal, right? Cereal is expensive, right? Yes, cereal is expensive. Almost $4 for a box of cereal. We have lost our minds right now. We have lost our minds, your minds. And on top of that, I know I'm going everywhere. I know I'm going everywhere with this. I'm going everywhere, right? I'm all over the place, right? But we don't care. I'm all over the place. They said Congress is on vacation. All of Congress. But they wasn't on vacation last week or a week and a half ago when they gave all that money to Zelensky. They wasn't on vacation then. Bro, can we just get rid of this system, bro? Oh man. Y'all in trouble. Y'all in trouble if Trump in office. Y'all in trouble. because Trump says he's auditing the government. So y'all better put y'all books away. Y'all better start scrambling the papers now. Yeah. Because why do American citizens get audited? Audit the crooked people. The crooked people, all of y'all in office. Audit all of y'all. Audit y'all. Man, y'all let me know y'all thoughts, man.
Listen, bro, I accept politics, and I accept that it's gonna be some drama, some name throwing, mud slinging type of situation. It is what it is. I've accepted that about politics. But what I don't appreciate, and I don't care what side you're on, Democrat, Republican, is that during a natural disaster, I hope and would like to think that we wouldn't be out here playing political games when people are out here struggling, going through it, needing things, man, out here without power, in bad situations, hurting. Like, I would hope that we're not playing political games. And to hear that, bro, that's just disgusting, in my opinion. Disgusting to the utmost. You have people out here in so many different bad situations, man. You see it during these hurricanes. And y'all out here playing games? No. Unacceptable.